of water. This is so weird. I'm so far away from the camera.
What? It's the right height. Nothing's
I know,
cut
but like
off.
I can't see anything because like my glasses.
Oh, because you're not wearing your glasses. I can see that perfectly fine.
So
Okay.
Are you ready?
Sure.
We're probably gonna keep this in for the intro because
whatever. I don't care.
Hashtag unfiltered, unedited.
What do you mean unedited? We have editing software for a reason here.
Well, okay.
This is why I never in your videos.
No, this is why I'm getting married to you.
Both.
Yeah. Okay, hey, what's going on, beautiful jellyfish? It's Tracy.
And Paul.
This is my fiance, for those who don't know. Fun fact, I don't know if I ever told you this, but one of my kids calls you my Beyonce, and so he'll be like, Miss, how's your Beyonce? And I think that is actually hilarious. I don't know if I ever told you that before.
You have not.
Okay, well, fourth graders are hilarious. So, before we hop into this video, I just wanted to let you know that we are in the process of acquiring cats. Very exciting. So, if you want pictures and stuff, be sure to follow me on Twitter at TracyXStano. Shameless self-promo time. Okay.
What about Instagram? You only mentioned
You
Twitter.
can follow me on Instagram too. I don't know if that's listed in the demo below, but
probably not. But it should be for posting pictures of cats.
okay, because that's gonna be like overloaded. So just in case you don't want cat pics, you might want to unfollow me. But honestly,
I wouldn't.
why would you want to? Just saying. Okay, so we wanted to do a video on, me. And then I was like,
Mostly
hey, Paul,
you.
do you want to be in it? And then the reason we're filming today is honestly because my hair looks good. Like, that is the only reason. I was like, my hair looks really good. I want to film a video. Paul, film a video with me?
I mean, you could have done a video without me, but
Yeah, but it's like double the excitement.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to be talking about best cards we've opened in a pack. Thought this would be really fun. I feel like during this quarantine time I've just been filming kind of fun videos, just kind of like, let's sit and like chit chat. So, also haven't used the expression chit chat in a hot minute, but here we are. Using my hands so much. Oh my god. I feel like I'm very spatially aware just because you're here. I'm like, oh, whoa, my hand. I'm just...
Okay.
Like what are the people with the DJs with the
with the turntables?
With the turntables? Yeah, that's what I feel like. Okay, so the first best card that I put, which is actually a pretty funny story, that a best card I've opened in a pack is Baby Jace, i.e. BJs Prodigy, and if you've been keeping up with me for a while, you know that I have very hostile feelings about this Magic card. I hate this card. I think it's really bad, and everyone told me to run it in Modern, and I was like, you're wrong. And what's really funny is I felt like that peak time that BJs Prodigy was in Modern and had a little bit of an impact, and everyone was like, run it, and now you don't see it in anyone's list. You want to know why? Because it's a bad Magic card. It's awful. I hate this card so much. But anyways, that's not the point of this. This is the best cards I've opened in a pack. The reason it was the best card was because I opened it and it was like $50, $60 or something at the time. It wasn't a foil or anything. It was just crazy expensive when it launched. Because again, everyone thought it was good for some reason. I don't get it. But anyways, opened it, thought it was really cool, and just traded it away most likely for Commander cards. So that was my number one.
So my first card on the list is, and you guys saw this on one of our box openings, was we opened a foil True Name Nemesis, and at the time, and in that video, you hear me go, oh, this looks cool, it's probably worth $20, $30. I was just a little bit off. I'm like, oh, this might be fun for a couple EDH decks, not knowing it was played in Legacy, because don't play Legacy. And so we gave it, traded it off to our friend Chuck for several foil EDH cards.
We didn't get to the best part about this, so moral of the story is one of my friend Chuck, who is featured in the Tesa EDH deck tech, who's one of our good friends and also is our trainer, is obsessed with foils just like me, so we talk about foil Magic cards all the time or whatever, and he's always just like, hey, look at all these cool cards I get, which is really cool. Anyways, we opened this, and then I think we sent a picture of all of the list of foils of cards we opened from the box, and I was like, hey, do you want any of these things? And he was like, I want that True Name Nemesis, and he literally drove over to our house that day and gave us like 2 hours later and gave us like 150 in cash or 100 in cash, and then was like, oh, like look through all my stuff, and then like we got really cool stuff. Like I got the foil Najila Blade Blossom, which is one of my favorite cards.
From that, which was real new at the time, so a little bit more priced than it is now.
Yeah.
But
it was a cool story. Like I liked the story of that card. Like I loved, and it's like good association. Okay, cool. My second one is actually, again, kind of just a nice story, but I opened up a pack foil Amara Shepherd. This card is not very expensive in foil, but what I liked and why I have a really good memory of this card is I opened it in a prize pack, and I opened it from my winnings from Modern, I'm pretty sure, and I opened this up and I was like, oh my god, I'm really excited because it's like this angel that I get to put in my deck, and I don't think I had that card at the time.
You didn't.
So I was like excited to open it in my prize winnings and then just like get it. It more, I feel like, a sentimental, like, if that makes sense. And I was also just at a really like happy point in my life, and I was just like enjoyed Modern, and it was just a good point. So I had really good memories with that card.
So the rest of my list is more more pack opening experiences versus an individual card. My second one I put down is what was the second Modern Masters? What was the one that had the cardboard packs that recycled?
It was Modern Masters 2.
I pulled a Noble Hierarch and a Foil Ulamog in the same pack. We did a kitchen table draft with me, you, and two of our other friends, and we split the packs, and we said everybody's going to get one pack out of what was left, and I went 0-4, or I lost every single game. My deck was terrible. I really bad at drafting at the time, and still to this day. And so I'm like, let everybody else pull this. I'm like, I'll take the last pack in the box, and that had a Noble Hierarch and a Foil Ulamog in the same pack. I'm like, well, I won that.
I think that was one of the best openings, I would say, just for like value. We still have the Noble Hierarch, and we still have the Foil Ulamog, which is really cool. I think it's cool when you open cards that are just usable, and I think that's like really exciting to me. So yeah. The next one is a time-stamped Gilded Lotus. I don't quite know off the top of my head. We made this list a bit ago. I don't know quite off the top of my head how much this card is. I don't think it's very expensive. It might be like 10 or 15 or something, but I was really excited when I opened this in whatever set this was, because I don't remember sets for the life of me, but I was really excited I opened this because I was like, oh, it's going to immediately go into an EDH deck, and it was just a really, really fun thing to open. Wasn't, like, a lot of times I feel like you're, like, because it was the promo card or whatever, which you guys know, I love promo cards, and I feel like a lot of times you just get, like, that, like, bulk rare that, like, is not very good, that, like, might be a bomb in draft, but it's not really good for, like, commander play. But Gilded Lotus was a really, really nice thing to open in my prize pool, and I'm pretty sure I played it in my deck too, which might not have been the best choice, but, you know, I was probably going 3-color, like, let's be real here.
My next thing I put down is during pre-release for what was this?
What's that? Dominaria.
Dominaria, yeah. I think we did 2 events. I pulled 5 History of New Benalius.
I think you did more events than
Maybe
that.
It was 3.
I think you did like more. I think you did like 4 events. It was
2 or 3.
Yeah.
I pulled 5 History of New Benalius, which at the time were
They were like $15, $20 or something. It was crazy.
And I think 2 of them were foil. One of them was the pre-release timestamp. One of them was a pack foil, and the other 3 were non-foils. But I pulled at least 5 of them, and I'm like, I don't need 5 of these for one, because that's too many New Benalius to ever own.
If anything, you need 1 for Commander, but that was like opening. It's kind of like one of those things where, like, when you get a box of something and you're like, I want to build a modern deck, or I want to build a standard deck. It's like you're never gonna open like that. That was like your experiences. You were like, oh, I could just start standard with like my 4 History of New Benalius at this time. Like,
and I just immediately traded all of them in for store credit because I'm like, I don't need these, and and then that tanked real fast after that.
Yeah, see, that was, Paul's much better about getting rid of standard cards than I am. I mentioned this in one of my, worst deals video. I think I'm so bad at getting rid of Magic cards in standard. I can't keep up with the market, because people are like, well, like, you should, like, hold on to it, just, like, in case it goes up. I'm like, I can't. I don't have the capacity to keep up with standard. I just can't. Okay, the next card is, and I really wish I had, like, the remembrance of opening this card, but I swear I, like, open stuff or trade for things and, like, black out, like, have zero recollection. How did this card get in my collection? Anyone else? I don't know. But anyways, I owned, it was the first Seedborn Muse that I owned at the time, and this was pretty expensive, because I think this might have been possibly before it was reprinted in Battle Bond, and it was, like, $30 or so, and around that time.
First Seedborn was definitely before Battle Bond.
Yeah, so that's why it was, like, particularly more expensive, because it's a lot more affordable now. I think, like, the Battle Bond ones are, like, $20 or so, which for a really good green card is honestly not that bad. And I have a foil one, too, because you got me a foil one for Tassiger. And, no, it's just, like, it's just, I don't know how I acquired that card, so I don't have a really cool story, but I'm really excited that I own it. And I think I own 2, because the other one is in Omnath. No, the other one's in something. I feel like I have another one. I don't know what deck it's in, but...
Alright, my next 2 are the same box, I believe, but I split them up anyways because they're different tiers of good. And I'm pretty sure this is on one of our Tracy's or our old unboxing videos for Kaladesh. As I believe it was all one box. It might have been 2 boxes between us, but I opened 2 Nissas and 2 Chandras
from Kaladesh.
From Kaladesh in the same box.
Yeah, we opened. Wait, were they the? Kaladesh had like the masterpieces and stuff, but these were not the masterpieces, correct?
No,
they were just like the regular ones.
Standard Planeswalkers.
Yeah, and I think at the time, again, those were a lot more expensive than they were.
No, I mean, they were definitely more expensive then, and I traded both Nissas and Chandras in. I think at one point I had 5 Nissas in my binder, or 5 Chandras in my binder. And I'm like, types. I need to get rid of all these Chandras.
I feel like I'm not using them.
Yeah.
And my last card is in our M20 box. We opened up a Leyland of Anticipation, which was really exciting, and I did end up putting this in a Leela, and it's really fun to do unboxings, and we are gonna, or should we do one for Ikora? I feel like we should do one for
We'll
Ikora
definitely do one once we eventually get that
once
box.
We get that box.
Whenever that ends up being.
I'm not like the biggest fan of Ikoria, but Paul likes it, so
there's a lot of cool elementals that I want to play with.
I'm just not. It's not my cup of tea, But anyways, we opened up that, and I feel like, and I think I'm going to do, in my videos where I analyze, like, my favorite cards from a set, I am definitely going to do a lot of the M sets, because I feel like there are a lot of them go, like, under the radar, and there's, like, a lot of really good reprints that happen in a lot of the M sets that causes the prices to go down, so I was really excited to open up a Leyland of Anticipation, because it was, before it got printed in M20, it was pretty expensive, so it was really a nice thing to open that I put in.
It was still fairly expensive when M20 came out, even wasn't it still, like, $20?
Something like that. I think it's like 10 Void? Or 8 now or something. Void's really expensive because he's used in Modern, or was. I don't know what's going on with Modern now, but that was my 5th and final.
And then my last one was definitely in the same box. It might have even been in the same pack as one of the Chandras or Nissas. I pulled a Masterpiece Winter Orb, which at the time wasn't as expensive, which I now think is doubled because almost all of those masterpieces have gone up way up in price since then. And we're talking about good trades at some point. I definitely have several of those.
Do we still have this card? I think we might.
It might still be in my binder.
Or is it Static Orb?
I have a Static Orb. But I think I still have the Winter Orb.
Okay, that might be the thing, which we haven't gotten rid of, which is interesting, but it is also a higher, like, cost card, so
it's also not I feel like a heavily played card in our playgroups, and so it just kind of sort of like, oh, that's an expensive card that I don't have a need for.
I feel like if we were trading with people who were not necessarily in our playgroup, I feel like we could could probably get rid of it a little more easily, but
for cards that are over like $40, it becomes trades get a lot more complicated.
Well, I think it depends, because I think if you were trading like fetches and shocks and things like that, it'd be a little bit different. But it's like for something like this, that's a more death and taxes-y type of card. It's not really something that you typically see in our play group, and that's kind of more, I feel like, of a CEDH card.
I think we do still have that one around.
I think we do. I think it's
in my binder.
Like $70 or so last I checked. I haven't checked prices in a minute, but also prices I feel like are weird right now because a lot of places are down and whatnot. A lot of people are not really buying, and
most have probably dropped recently.
Yeah, so maybe a good time to buy if you have the money to. So, yeah, guys, that was it for talking about best cards we've opened in a pack. Make sure you're following me on Twitter for more cat pics because they're coming soon. Just in case you want to know the cat story and you're following this video, let's talk about the cats for a minute. I'm in a very chit-chatty mood. My hair looks good. I'm in a chit-chatty mood. Okay, so moral of the story is we're getting them from one of our friends at our LGS, and he basically has the cats, and right now they're under his deck. They're under his deck, and there's like a tarp that's like covering like the weeds and stuff of the tarp. And so moral of the story is he was like, he told me, he's like, hey, like I caught some kittens. So there's like the mom cat and there's like a bunch of the baby cats and then the kittens. And so like he said that he had like the 2 cats, and so like we came, and then he's like, hey, like the cats already like got scooped up by someone else, which is great. So then, they're in someone else's
There's still more,
which is
and
really
we're
nice.
getting
but we're getting
one of
2.
those ones.
We're getting the 2 that are still under. Moral of the story is we have to wait until they come above from under there, basically, which, I mean, eventually they're gonna have to, because they're gonna need food and stuff, and food is, like, outside of there. So more of the story is, we're trying to get a hold of them right now, and we're gonna get 2 tiny little baby kittens, and we're very excited, and they're gonna be nerdy named. And if it's a boy and a girl, they're siblings, we're gonna do Luke and Leia, most likely. That's my pick.
Yeah. Sure.
Cool. I don't know why you wouldn't be okay with it.
I have no problem.
I was gonna say that's like the nerdiest thing, so.
As the Star Wars nerd here.
I'm a nerd too. Less of a nerd.
But when it comes to Star Wars in this house, I am certainly above and beyond the nerdiest.
That's fair. Well, for Star Wars, yeah.
Yes.
I'm a nerd for other things. You know?
Definitely.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. Like it if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll catch you guys in my next one.